Ladies and gentlemen, Loki is no longer with us. Kamala Harris has dropped out of the race, and Joe Biden has hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun so that little children can sit in his lap. If none of this makes sense, because it doesn't, this is the Loki and Jabroni Show, coming at you.
Whoever said it wasn't going to be a problem, not having Loki here, it hurts. It's not right. It kind of feels like the Jabroni and Jabroni Show. But I got the next best thing. I got Focus right here with me, and I
get
as
to
always,
sit in the front.
You get to sit in the big kid table, yes?
And for those of you who didn't catch my humor, Loki is still with us. He is out fighting the good fight for the working man.
That's right.
And we're proud of him.
Swig a beer to you, my friend.
He's doing that. I'm still beerless.
I got you covered then.
Oh,
you got a mug. I got a beer.
I got a mug that's needing to be filled.
I cannot talk about the game that Loki and I were going to talk about tonight. I'm saving that for him. We are going to talk about a couple things in close proximity to the game. One being, guys, if you're out there and you're in the southeastern Connecticut area, please, welcome to the Loki and Jabroni Show. By the way, I know we already said that. I don't know if we said that. We did something. It's the Loki and Jabroni Show. You know where you are. If you're in the southeastern Connecticut area and you're having a soiree, find John's Twisted Q on Facebook. Some of the best wings, best ribs, best brisket you'll ever had. We got a butt ton of wings for this weekend's Ohio State-Michigan game, and they were a hit. I also have to throw big ups to Zach and Kelly King, who opened their home to us. We had a great time watching the game. Everybody had a good time. Chip was with us. My daughter was there. The baby-type people were there. But I bought this beer for the game, and it is from Groton. It's Outer Light Brewing Company. They are local. Now, this is 8.5, so you know. That's a big beer, but it doesn't taste big. It's a double IPA. The minute Zach and I tried it, we're like, this is too light to be a double. This is too light to be an IPA. So I figured, let's throw one at you. Detroit, Michigan. Should we answer the phone? You know what? You call our show, we're going to answer the phone. Let's try it. Loki and Jabroni Show, you're on the air. Hello, Detroit. Hello?
We love you, Detroit.
Let's try this again. Loki and Jabroni, you're on the air. What are you here for?
For more than 18 years.
Ah, you rad bastard. For more than 18 years. You're robocalling the shit out of me. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
This has got to be the first robocall to the
Ever.
show. And
I
like
wished
it.
Bobby Waffle House had been a fucking robocall, but it's, yeah, I know. It's Bobby Waffle House. So, Bobby, if you're out there, Line Cook Jones, man, you know, maybe next week after we take 2 weeks off for Christmas, you know what, we may have you ring in the new year, but please try that. Too light to be a double IPA, in my opinion. 8.5 alcohol by volume.
First of all, I'm going to say it smells good.
Okay. We thought the same thing. I'm going to wait for you to try it. Very citrusy. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, it's got a light color.
Yeah. Kind of like you. And then I'll go back to John's Twisted Q. So here we go. He's trying this is Outer Light Brewing Company in Groton, Connecticut. Cloud Break Double IPA, for those of you that are out there. You know we like to try new and exciting beers. What do you think? He's not dying.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's a double.
Well, that's what it says, and you can read the can right on the side.
Yeah.
That's Local Jones right there.
All right. We, as usual, I have to read.
Go ahead.
Were you going to read?
Nope, that's your gimmick. I was trying to find
Let's see if my
something else.
My old ass eyes can read this. Our double IPA features light malt and a hazy appearance that suddenly yields to bright, big hop flavor.
Yes.
Yes, it's very slow creep. The IPA creeps up. Pacific hops impart notes of papaya, berry, and black tea.
Ooh.
With an enticing tropical fruit aroma. That's what I smell right off the rip.
Right.
One sip will part the clouds and lead you to the summit of flavor.
Did it do that for you? You know,
it's not bad. I can't say I don't like it.
Will you finish it?
I'm going to finish it. Yeah.
My man, that's what we like to hear. You missed first of all, you missed a good outing. I won't talk anything about the game. Once again, John's Twisted Q is on Facebook. Go find him.
Look at that.
If you're in Groton, if you're in the southeastern Connecticut area, it goes great with Cloud Break Double IPA from Outer Light Brewing Company. Very tasty. John and I were in messaging leading up to Saturday. He does great barbecue, but I wanted a little heat. So I says, can you put a little more heat than usual? That heat crept up on you. Those wings were great. Kelly made some fantastic hot wings. And when I say hot, they were hot. Then she made some sweet wings on the side. Zach smoked a pork loin, which was phenomenal. Good beer, good times, good game. And we'll talk about that next week when we have Loki here. And maybe sometime in the future, we'll have John either by phone or sitting right here with us. We'll have John from John's Twisted Q come down here and talk about his wares, and hopefully, if we can get him on the show, he'll bring food. John,
Where are they
listening?
located?
He's in southeastern Connecticut somewhere. I just don't know where his location is. I've seen him and talked to him a dozen times in the last couple weeks.
Gotcha.
So he's local. We did a Daytona thing at Loki's place one time, and Angela went out and got ribs and wings from John. That was our first time. And it was just tremendous. The ribs fall off the bone, juicy, meaty, flavorful. Nothing bad to say about John's Twisted Q. So if you ever get the chance, southeastern Connecticut area, run, don't walk to John's Twisted Q. Find him on Facebook and place your order. Tell him Loki and Jabroni Show sent you, and maybe he'll cook you up a nice deal. You see what I did there with the cook up? You see that shit?
I see that.
That was fucking
pretty
badass segue. Now, this is the part where we usually segue into, and we are going to right now. What's on your mind, Ed?
Not a lot. A lot of interesting tidbits in the news. I did want to talk about something kind of cool.
Okay.
So, as you know, I am a member of the Fandroid community.
Mm-hmm.
No iPhones for me, so naturally I'm a better person than everybody.
Jesus Christ. Next question.
The director of John Wick has done something pretty amazing, and he actually filmed an epic snowball fight using the iPhone 11 Pro.
Okay.
That looks pretty freaking cool.
All right.
Yeah, and I was actually kind of impressed with it, using the same kind of John Wick editing and the action and stuff. So check it out. It's in the news. Obviously, I can't play the video here. It belongs to him. But definitely look it up. It's Epic Snowball Fight. I think the director's name is David Leitch.
Okay.
Yeah, but just look up John Wick director, iPhone 11. You'll find it. I watched it. It was pretty cool. Also, the Black Widow trailer dropped today.
Haven't seen it yet. I did see the link for it.
Yes, looks good.
How does ScarJo look?
She looks, well, to be honest, she looks kind of ragged in this one. It takes place after Civil War, which, yeah, so I'm not going to expect the Iron Man 2 level of Black Widow here.
Okay, fair.
But it definitely looks like there's going to be plenty of ass kicking to go around.
Always a plus, because I did like her as a character. Black Widow was one of those that they didn't give you a whole lot of backstory. You knew about Hulk and Hawkeye and everybody else, but Black Widow was kind of that wild card. Mm-hmm. And the twins there, not Beavis and Butthead. You know, the Witch twins, Scarlet Witch and the other one.
Oh, Quicksilver.
Yes.
Yep.
Not a whole lot of backstory there, but you learn more about each character. Again, Black Widow, not someone you learn a whole lot about. So maybe this, happening after the last movie, let's find out. Let's all sit back and enjoy the ride. Wow, what's on my mind? A giveaway. I want to give away a freaking jersey. MLB, NFL, hockey, basketball, NCAA, doesn't matter what you like. Our man Harry the Hammer from Throwback Prices wants to give away a jersey to one of you lucky listeners right here on the Loki and Jabroni Show, and we're going to do it next week.
And let's keep it real. This isn't any fake Louis. This is a real jersey.
No, you saw the two.
Yeah.
And the week before, I wore the Julio Jones gimmick.
Mm-hmm. Grab your Brady's before he retires.
Oh, yeah, right. Or he goes to Chicago. That's the big rumor. You look at me funny. The big rumor is after you can do that all day long and twice on Sunday. The rumor is, and these are some high-level rumor people that usually get it right, that when Brady's contract expires, he's going to Chicago and finish out his career. I don't understand it. If he was going to go anywhere, I would say go to Detroit. You're a Michigan ball player from the University of Michigan. He's a Wolverine. Go finish out in Detroit. Can't be, he's a damn good Yes, he's a damn good quarterback. What do they have in Detroit? They have the rookie kid who did a pretty decent job on Thanksgiving, and they have Fat Stafford who couldn't eat his way out of a meatloaf paper bag. Seriously, Fat Stafford sucks. They've been waiting 12 years for Fat Stafford to do something good in this league, and he hasn't done shit.
Let's say the rumor's true.
Okay.
I don't think he'll be accepted by them.
What are you, nuts? Look at Brett Favre. Nobody thought when Favre left Green Bay he'd have a chance anywhere else. They loved him in New York. They loved him in Minnesota.
He's Mr. Six Super
Six
Bowl
rings? Yeah.
And he wasn't shy about it. I don't think
never been shy.
I don't think they'll accept him.
Okay.
I think, look at him. Look at the big Super Bowl guy. And if he doesn't have Belichick, he's gonna go. He'll fizzle out on a bad
in
note.
Detroit, he's got the next best thing. He's got Matt Patricia, who was a big part of that Super Bowl run in the late 2000s.
Yeah. So
you're not too far off the Belichick train. You're not exactly riding in the front seat anymore, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Could he survive? I think he could.
The established people in that team are going to look at him like he's just trying to elevate his own record by not being in the Patriots, because you top yourself, and then it's like he can fizzle out by saying, I took a team like Michigan and brought it up. I just think it's going to be a lot of
Detroit,
Michigan.
Okay, yeah, same
shit.
Flint,
same shitty water.
Yeah,
that the president drank on air.
Ah, I proved you all wrong. I drank the water.
Well, it was the other. No, the last.
Oh, him, big ears.
Trump's not dumb enough to drink that water. It's poison. Dude, he orders fucking Big Macs every day because he thinks his own staff is trying to kill him.
I believe that. I loved it though when he did the. Which team was it? He had the Big Mac fucking house party.
Oh, he got fast
in the
food
White
from
House.
everybody.
Yeah,
because there was a government shutdown. There was no.
Oh, that's right. Way in 2017.
He got shit for that, but he pulled out
national
of his own
championship. Though, wasn't that Alabama?
Yeah, he did it a couple times.
Yeah, good for him. These guys work their ass off. They're on a strict dietary regimen. Who wouldn't want 6 Big Macs and 4 Dr. Peppers?
Everybody but the team complained.
Exactly. All of you out there. I can't believe you would do that.
How often in your life do you get to be like, fuck this? I get to have the Taco Bell Grande. I get to have the fucking
double Chalupa
Big
Jones
Mac.
With the president.
Yeah, exactly.
Too fun.
And again, let's put in perspective, pulled that money out of his own pocket. Mm-hmm.
So, well, you see where his third quarter income went to, right? He donated.
He doesn't take a salary.
Yeah, I know. He donated to the opioid end opioid addiction schnabitz.com or whatever.
Yeah, and the headlines, not enough.
Well, what have you done, Trump hater? Anyway, let's get back to Harry.
We're talking $400,000 a year.
Yeah, when you have $400,000 a year, you can tell, or you know what? If you have $400,000 a year, you can tell Eddie how to spend it. But don't tell the fucking president.
I will spend it on AR-15 that'll blow the side of a wall open.
There you go. I thought you were going to buy a tank and put it out in my front yard.
I will. I would. I'd totally have a tank.
I knew you would. Let's get back to Harry. Our friend Harry the Hammer from Throwback Prices wants to give away a free sports jersey from his business. We're going to come up with the plan. And then next Tuesday on the Loki and Jabroni Show, we're going to have our contest. We're going to figure out, is it going to be a trivia question? Are we going to call a random person on our list and say, hey, it's your time. Here's your trivia question. Boom. All you got to do is answer it. And you'll have a time frame, whatever. Or if we decide, write a poem. Fuck it. We don't know. We have a week to figure it out. But Harry wants to give you a free jersey. And if you don't believe in the quality of these jerseys, ask this man. He's seen me wear them 2 weeks in a row. He saw me gift one to Mike last week. You were there for C&J Speedway Review. You saw Mark's jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Mark, if he wasn't in Greece, I would call Mark, say, what do you think of that jersey? Quality, shape, etc. It's the real deal. It's everything you want it to be, and it's reasonably throwback price.
What jersey you laid on him.
Oh, it was number 34, navy blue, Chicago Bears, Walter Payton jersey. Classic.
So there you go. You got your all-time favorite player. Throw it out there. Maybe
Boom.
You get the jersey.
Exactly. And they'll do customs. So Harry the Hammer, if you win, Harry the Hammer will make you a custom jersey. If you say are a Patriots fan, like Eddie, and you want your lucky number and your name on the back, Harry will do it for you. How cool is that?
So I can still get a Hernandez jersey if I really want one.
Yes. He will make that happen. Harry the Hammer from Throwback Prices wants to give you a jersey, and we're going to figure out the parameters. One winner. Just like life. There's winners and there's losers. Now we move on. Oh, should we just jump into the parade of dumb fuckery this week?
Absolutely.
I'm going to start at the top. I read a story recently. We covered this back in June about a high school girl who sued because she was unhappy that, hear me out, boy/girl athletes were taking spots and winning championships while she, who has worked her entire life to compete against other natural females, was getting hosed. From what I understand from this article, it finally made its way to the Supreme Court, and they're starting to hear it sometime this week. I agree. I think she's 1,000% in the right. Men and women physiologically are built different. Men are built thicker, more bone density. Women are built to bear children, and they are curvier and they are sexier. There's nothing sexy about either one of us, let's be honest.
Speak for yourself.
But I am. Trust me, I am. And I'm speaking for a lot of other people, too, when I say that. But moving right along. There is
Girls love guys shaped like a beer mug.
Let me ask you a dumb question, and it'll never happen. But I'm going to take one of the meanest, baddest motherfuckers on the planet. Brock Lesnar. Like, legit, two-time UFC heavyweight champion, former NCAA wrestling champion. This guy's done it all. He is a tough hombre. You ever seen his workout? Go check it out. It's somewhere on YouTube. Woo, bad motherfucker. Now, if Brock Lesnar tomorrow decided, you know what? I want to live my life and I identify as a female and I'm going to enter into the UFC female division.
He'll fucking kill people.
Yeah, exactly. He will kill people.
Well,
Physiologically, we're built differently. His daughter is built like a brick shithouse, but she's competing in female sports.
We talked about, what's her name? Fox.
Oh, Fallon Fox.
Cracked that girl's skull open. Mm-hmm. You know? I mean...
Oh, but she a girl. She a girl. If she says she's a girl, she a girl.
See those fucking arms? And those fucking legs.
Mm-hmm. But wait, Eddie, she a girl.
Well, here's the thing.
Here it comes.
There can be an argument to be made about someone who's done hormonal replacement therapy for a number of, we're talking decades. Mm-hmm. But we're talking people maybe 5 years into a transition. If you're just talking the biology of it, mm-hmm. they still have the harder bone density.
We're talking about high school students who probably haven't done any of that.
It's a double-edged sword, too, because I don't think that minors should be given puberty blockers because you can sterilize a kid that way.
Your brain and your body are not fully developed until you're early to mid-20s.
Right.
And that's medical, kids. You can look it up. Don't come at me. If my 6-year-old says he's a girl, he's a girl. No, motherfucker. Stop raping that kid of his childhood.
Here's the thing, too. Like, so I've actually had a discussion about that, and the topic of weight classes came up. I'm like, okay, fair, good one. However,
I do remember that.
However, I have rarely seen anyone, women, men who get into like combat sports that don't go all in. So you look at some of these women, they're I wouldn't want to get punched by one of them. I wouldn't want to get kicked by them. They're putting the work in. So you got people going all in on these sports. They're more solid, more built than your average human being. Obviously more than us.
Right.
And
speak for yourself.
It's hard to do weight class, and men or anybody with higher testosterone levels is going to build muscle mass and such faster and bigger.
Yeah.
That's just biology. So it's really hard to say, oh, just do it by weight class, because now you'll have a large group of fighters that don't fit in anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So if we're going to do this, there needs to be a serious discussion about it. And here's the thing. Let's say I was a transgender woman, I wouldn't mind beating up men.
Yeah.
Just put them in with the men. Like, fuck it.
Right.
Just do it. Like,
why can't
Fallon Fox keep fighting with,
right? Why couldn't she be in the welterweight division in UFC?
Right. So, I mean, we got to have a serious conversation.
But you know what it is? It goes back to that old thing where, men shouldn't hit women. And, of course, women
Right.
think I'll slap the shit out of you whenever I want because you were raised wrong. That's the problem. But if Fallon Fox had transitioned and has complete woman Jones and decided, I'm going to still compete in the men's division, you can't stop me. They can't. There are rules and regulations that, of course, would have to be bypassed, and eventually you should win a court case. And then she goes in there against, say, first name I can think of, George St. Pierre. Not that I think Fallon Fox and George St. Pierre are on the same level. George is elite level, beyond awesome UFC fighter. But if she gets in there and tears GSP up, you have just set the entire MMA world on its ear. Now you have people going, see, woman can do anything a man can do. Da, da, da. You're missing the point. Still a man. Don't care about the transition. I get it. I don't begrudge anybody their right to happiness. I don't begrudge anybody their right. You want to live as a woman and you're a man? Live that way. You're a man, you want to live as a woman? Be that way. I begrudge all of this. You have to accept blah, blah, fuck it, blah. Like the idiot in England who's 46 years old and lives his life as a 6-year-old girl, complete with pigtails and sucking thumb and all that bullshit. I'm sure you've seen that video.
Yes.
Or the moronic girl from California who lives her life as a cat. When does the fucking madness stop? You don't get to wake up one morning and say, oh, you know what? I was a woman yesterday, but I'm really a man. Now I'm going to be a man again, and then next week I'm going to be a woman again. All you're doing is pissing in the pond, and you're making it harder for everybody else. You got a twig and berries? You're a man. Got a hatchet wound? You're a woman. And I'm not saying that to be disgusting. I'm just trying to not say dick and pussy. But now I just did. If you got a dick, you're a man. You got a pussy, you're a woman. You got boobs, you're a woman. In some cases, you got boobs, you're an overly fat man. However, you don't get to pick and choose day by day by day by day. Be you. But don't force me to like it.
Well, that's one thing I just won't humor is the non-binary people, the ones that just say they're nothing.
The 37 genders.
Yeah, I have an issue with that. First of all, I hate how... Here's the thing. Like, I hate how those people jump on the transgender bandwagon like they're part of the club. You're not part of the club. These are people who are not comfortable with the gender they were born with and are taking, like, real medical steps to change that.
Right.
I don't have a problem with. If you're an adult, you can do whatever you want. You can't just sit there and say you're nothing, I'm a they, and then get pissed off because somebody doesn't know you're a fucking they.
And that's another thing. Well, how do you... somebody put it up the other day on Facebook, a friend of mine. I don't want to blow up their spot. If you misgender someone in Walmart or whatever, you should feel bad about yourself. It's like, okay, hold on. Timeout. Offsides clipping. For 2,000 years, or 2014 years... You see someone, looks like Ed, looks like me, looks like Mike, looks like somebody we know, just any male person. You look at him and go, it's a dude. Sir, dude, man, bro, Holmes, whatever. You see a woman, ma'am, miss, what have you. That's what you do.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, because in 3 years' time, because you want it to change, everything changes. It's like it's going right back to participation trophies and wussification of America. Everybody has to win equally, or everybody loses equally.
Well, it's fine. Going back to, and I've always said it was the wrong argument, like the gay rights argument. Mm-hmm. You know, they want to get married, this, that, and other thing.
Feel free.
First of all, that's contract rights. Like, everybody has the right to enter a contract with whoever they want. That's the way I feel about that. This is not the same thing. This is basically saying that you don't want a right to engage in a certain activity or something. You want everybody around you to pretend with you.
Oh, yeah. Hello, mayor, by the way. The mayor's in.
Yeah, so, I mean, and I don't care, all right? I don't care how you want to dress or whatever. And if you look like a chick, I'll probably call you ma'am. If you look like a dude, I'll probably call you sir.
Right.
I don't really care about pronouns. I don't even care about bathrooms that much, as long as whoever owns a bathroom isn't forced to go one way or another.
Right.
You know, I'm a property rights
Private
person.
Property Jones.
Yeah,
right?
I'm a property rights person now.
I'm allowed to write on your chalkboard every freaking Tuesday. That's fun.
I will always be on the side of property rights to the detriment that sometimes people, you know, don't like it. You know, like, oh, do you think somebody should not be able to serve somebody because of this? I'm like, they can do it. I think they're a dick, but they should be allowed to do it. It's not criminal. There's a difference between what's moral and what's criminal.
I agree with that.
That's the way I feel about it.
But part of the thing that this young lady brought up, and then a later thread, Tim Robichaud, if you're out there, big ups to you for sharing this thread. There was, I don't know if she's male, female, if she's a gimmick, if she doesn't know who she is, was arguing, if they say they're female, they're female. End of story. No. Stop. I mean, I identify as Hugh Hefner with Tommy guns coming out of my ass. Doesn't make it real. Okay? You can feel how you want to feel. I had a college professor. Every day, suit and tie. He had longish hair. Looked very womanly, but longish hair. Really dark horn-rimmed glasses, like thicker and darker than these. I'm going back to like my grandfather.
Yeah.
And see him in class, and every day buttoned up, spit and polish. Ran into him out at a restaurant in Groton, and approached me. Hello, Chris. How are you doing today? And I looked up, and I knew exactly who it was. Dress, high heels, hair, makeup. We had a conversation about it because, come back to class. Come over here. Seemed a little off-put. I'm like, I didn't know. That's your thing. That's cool. I don't begrudge anybody their right to be who they want to be. Now, here it comes. Here's where these people go fucking sideways. I have to if I want to teach at this school, I have to adhere to a code of conduct that I agreed to when I signed this contract that says, for you to teach modern psychology, this is your dress code. It says nothing about what I wear outside. I'm free to live my life as who I want to be, but if I want to make this paycheck, if I want to be in this school, and we're going back to, this is 1997, 98-ish.
Yep.
I have to follow this code of conduct, and I do every single day. Didn't bitch. Didn't complain. Went about his business. So if you're out there, Prof, good on you, my friend. You did it the right way. You weren't out there telling people you must cater to what I think. I don't have to do shit you think. Anything else? Got a comment from the mayor if you're ready. Here she says, the Canadian who sued the salon for not waxing, quote, her because she is a guy, has now sued the gynecologist because he won't see her because he's a guy. Okay.
I actually covered this.
Another ball of
episode.
wax. Yeah. And oh my God. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Well, that she lost. That lawsuit got tossed out. Basically what I said. You cannot force someone to touch your genitals for no reason, any reason whatsoever.
Right.
That's ridiculous. That lawsuit was like throwing consent out the window. Like, oh, you must wax my balls because I'm transgender.
Management has the right to refuse service to anyone. Thank you.
And
fuck you. Bye.
You know what? I'm not saying this applies at all to transgenders, but I love that she brought this particular man up.
Yep.
This person's a fraud.
Kind of like the GameStop person.
This person's a fucking fraud.
Mm-hmm.
This person here messages younger people, little kids and teenagers, asking them all kinds of backwards menstrual questions. She was she whatever was on Blair White's YouTube channel. Blair White is a prominent conservative transgender person,
mm-hmm.
and this person is disgusting. This person is sick. This is a person with a fetish. They're not transgender. They have a fetish, and they're going around suing everybody and all kinds of bullshit. She needs to be taken off social media because she's a fucking predator. He or she is a fucking predator.
Shim.
I think she's a fraud.
Shim.
But no, seriously, she's a fucking fraud. Just go on the Twitter.
Yeah.
Go on the Twitter and you'll see this person is sick.
And the one thing I want to add on to this, if I can, and there's nothing that beats that story. I love it. And the GameStop ma'am, Aqua ma'am, or whatever we nicknamed.
Was it Macho Ma'am?
The Macho Ma'am, Randy Savage. That was another good one.
Yeah.
If I can throw any more gas onto this fire, I go back to management has the right to refuse service to anyone. If I go into a place and I want to order something and they don't have to serve me, they have that right. Private property. Much like our flat earth idiot friend who goes and videotapes people or films them and says, oh, it's a one-party deal now. You just have to understand, I'm filming you. I have the right. No, you're being filmed every day. When I pull into the gas station, they have a little sign. Video surveillance on premises. If I don't want to be filmed, guess what? I'm going to go down the street. You're not going to find too many gas stations that don't have cameras to protect their own business. When you go into Walmart, video cameras in use. Don't like it? Go somewhere else. That's what that means. It doesn't mean you get to freely do what you want and I have to accept it. Much like Canadian Shim or Macho Ma'am or whomever. You don't have just this blanket right to tell people what to think, how to think, and when to think it. Timothy comes in and says, just another way to push people to do things against their will. I believe that's correct. He's entirely right. You don't think what I think, and you're a racist. Fuck you, and don't get me started on the Trump haters. Don't get me...
Go ahead. Let's take it away from Trump, but let's talk about another candidate.
Sometimes you have to.
Well, let's talk about another candidate.
Go ahead.
Pete Buttigieg.
Oh, my man Buttigieg.
Who's kind of going up in the polls
guy.
a little bit. Now, he's he's known as being one of the first gay mayors. Mm-hmm. And, he's doing really well in the polls right now. I'm not supporting him whatsoever. But because he's gotten so high in the polls and he's starting to creep on the Elizabeth Warren and the Bernie Sanders crowd they're starting to call Pete Buttigieg a racist.
On what grounds?
So there was this old clip of him being interviewed when he was running for mayor, okay? And he makes a pretty innocuous statement saying that one of the reasons why a lot of kids, and he said poor kids in general, are not doing as well. That's what he said, poor kids. There's a lot of poor kids.
There are.
From poor families.
There's a lot of poor adults.
There's poor adults, poor families. And he was saying one of the reasons why that they weren't excelling so well in education is because they had no real role models or seeing education work for them. It's a pretty innocuous statement and probably true, because if you don't have good role models, I hate using the word role models, but
parental
a framework,
figures.
A framework. If you see education's not really doing much for your dad, you're not going to think highly of education,
right?
Especially when you're a kid.
Okay,
really innocuous statement. The left is turning on him, saying that he's racist and that he was totally taking what he said. Actually, he didn't even say this, saying, "Oh, where are all the fathers? Why do we have these single mothers? God, why do black people do so bad?" I'm like, he never said anything like that.
No, they
at
made
all.
It much like when I had the conversation a week ago with someone who I consider a very good friend, puts up some veiled.
I've almost finished this.
I know. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I might have to give you a Miller gimmick after that.
I got my own gimmicks. Actually,
you
can try one anyway.
I might.
The Connecticut beer. But,
local beer Jones.
This is what they fucking do.
But wait, now, and going back to this conversation, don't want to say his name, don't want to blow up his spot. Not that he watches us anyway, because he seems to think we're all far-right jackasses, which is not the truth at all. But he puts up some blanket statement about, hope all you racists are going to enjoy your Thanksgiving as the white man came and stole it. You know the drill. But he used Trump as his peg.
Yes, because Trump started everything.
Of course.
200 years ago.
So I said, your opinion right here is Trump is racist. How's he racist? Well, he is. Okay. Can you give me an example? I don't need to. Wait a minute. Whoa.
Chris, no. You should just know. If you don't know, I'm not going to point it out to you.
You want to let me finish the conversation?
That's part of your race. I know how the conversation goes. That's part of your racism and your white privilege, that you can't see how racist the president is.
No, that's Atlanta Bird Gang that did that to me just today, but I'll leave that alone. Fuckwads, Atlanta Bird Dump.
There's no conversing with these people. That's why I don't know why you bother.
But when you say, when somebody says so-and-so is racist, how's he racist? Well, he just is. Well, how? Like, you could point to Archie Bunker, fictional character, but if Archie Bunker were a real-ass human being, Archie Bunker's racist. How is Archie Bunker racist? A, B, C, and D. You might have a point. I'll buy it.
He's an armchair racist.
Yeah. Sits in that big fluffy chair every week.
I'm going to say something really controversial.
Go ahead.
I have no problem with armchair racists.
No. Do it in your own home.
I have no problem somebody sitting in the chair saying, "Oh, motherfucker," blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say any slurs.
Is Dave Chappelle racist? Is Eddie Murphy racist? Was Richard Pryor racist? Yes, yes, and yes. But they use their humor to bring it to light. Come on.
I don't think they were racist, but they were really good at
shining the light.
Honestly, they're really good at making light of things.
I honestly think that some of them were racist. Red Fox was one of the biggest racists, and it was documented.
Oh, he had problems with Latinos, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Same. But do I have anything? You need to add something to your blackboard behind you. Tim, what do I need to add to the blackboard behind me? I thought I covered it all. Not quite sure. But next week, we'll put something up in your honor.
Well, that cursed Falcons hat's in the way anyway, so.
I don't think there's anything behind. No, just buy a jersey. Harry wants you to order a jersey right here, throwback prices. Harry's waiting for your order. Major League Baseball. Oh, man. All right, Tim. We'll add that next week. You got it. It'll be in big, bold letters. We'll join the fray.
Epstein
didn't kill himself. Major League Baseball, National Hockey League, NCAA football, baseball, what have you, the NBA, you name the jersey, we're giving one away next week. And if you aren't a winner in the giveaway, Throwback Prices and Harry the Hammer is ready to take your order.
Consumed.
Awesome. I haven't even finished mine.
Lindsay,
Lindsay, we're holding that off till next week when
really
Loki's
juicy.
here. We can't talk about the game without my other compatriot and partner in crime. We did mention it earlier, though.
We know
real
nothing
quick,
about this game you
let's
speak of.
let's stick to the who's racist and who's not topic, because this has been hot. Kaepernick had his workout. 0 teams interested. Funny how that works.
They're interested in one guy that showed up.
Oh, the receiver. Yeah. They want him.
Good on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Go get yourself a job, bro.
That's how you market yourself. You find controversy and you make a name for yourself.
Controversy creates cash, bro.
You know what? Here you go.
There you go.
What's his name? Who's the guy's name?
Can't remember his name.
Well, it's for you, guy.
Yeah, go guy. My guy.
You know, go and end up on the Patriots.
I feel like Guido Juicehead right now. I just said my guy. Like I'm on the fucking Jersey Shore or some shit. But is it funny
T-shirt time.
that Kaepernick says, I'm ready, and the 32 teams, first of all, you had your shit set up. We covered this a week or two ago, but I'm going to give you, who haven't heard it before, had a workout set up at the Atlanta Falcons world-class facility. All 32 teams were going to send a representative. They were ready. An hour and a half beforehand, Cap says, no, we're going to do it an hour and a half down the road. That's just the way it is. That would have been my first signal. Dude, you're done. Second, didn't look all that great. I watched all the film on ESPN. He looked like every other guy trying to get a job. He wasn't exactly Uncle Rico suck, but he wasn't Tom Brady good.
He doesn't want to play.
No, he wants the notoriety, and he's getting it. But that receiver turned some routes, spun on a dime, boom, that good. You trying to find his name?
No.
Oh, you're looking at something else. But if you're a team that needs a quarterback, don't call Cap. There's so many other good quarterbacks out there. Cap doesn't want to be a football player. If he did, he would have done better. They're not signing him because of kneeling. They're not signing him because he's a terrible quarterback. But wait, Chris, he went to a Super Bowl. You think Colin and Colin alone took that team to the Super Bowl? You're dumber than I thought. But wait, Chris, wasn't he in the Pro Bowl? Motherfucker, everybody's in the Pro Bowl. It's the biggest participation trophy in all of professional sports. You know why most guys make the Pro Bowl? Because the real stars don't go. They're afraid to get hurt.
Fuck all that. Here's the thing. He brought bad press to the brand.
Yep.
The brand lost money. Mm-hmm. You get fired.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Try doing that at work. And I said it when we were still in the infancy when that first started up. I says, if you have a job and you sign, much like my old college professor, if you sign a code of conduct, you have to adhere to that code of conduct, or else, guess what? You're on the fucking breadline. What makes Colin special? You guys forget. Yes, he's an African-American male. He also grew up from the age of 6 months till he went to college in a very affluent Caucasian family.
My thing with him has always been like, first of all, kneeling during the NFL is not going to get you anything except a Nike deal.
Yeah, how's that working? How's that?
Yeah, they're paying him a shitload of money to put shit on their shoe. But
we have a shout out to do real quick.
Why?
We are currently on the 55-inch super screen TV at Crystal Bob Key's house. So thank you, Crystal.
Sweet. We're on my 55-inch TV too.
How does Eddie look? I gotta ask. He kind of looks like Where's Waldo and Pee Wee Herman had a baby.
I know. I'm like still in half dressed for work mode.
Understood.
Paying the bills because
Moving right along.
Y'all don't pay my bills, so
you're not kneel down, and we might. You never know.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna kneeling on the show. My question, and I always say this, and I said this about the Occupy movement when that happened and stuff, where they're protesting Wall Street. Why aren't they in fucking Washington? That's where the problems are. You protest in Washington because Washington is where all this shit happens. It rolls downhill. The NFL didn't fucking do anything.
No.
Wall Street doesn't do anything despite what the Bernie bros want to tell you.
If the Chicago Police Department kills a young unarmed person, whether they're black, white, Chinese, what have you, kneel in Chicago. Where was Amber Geiger from? Houston, right? That was the Houston Police Department?
Amber Geiger.
Yeah, she went into the guy's apartment and shot him.
Dallas?
Thought it was hers.
Was it Dallas?
Well, then kneel there. Don't kneel in San Francisco where they still allow people to shit in the street because libs run the fucking town. Seriously, give me a goddamn break. You people know who you are. I should share this with a bunch of these crybaby libs. Thank you. Kneel in Dallas. When you go play the pitiful Cowboys, kneel. In fact, kneel without pants on.
Actually,
Fuck it.
Dallas fans should just kneel and show gratitude.
That they're even still in it. You know what?
Tom fucking Brady.
Do you know wwhy there's a hole in the top of Dallas' stadium? So God can laugh at them too. Because they suck. Speaking of suckitude.
I have trouble believing there's a God when there's a team like the Philadelphia Eagles or the Dallas Cowboys.
Understood. Speaking of which, I had this on last, but since Loki's not here, we can cover it now. Speaking of suckitude, usually we say, raise your hand if your team won this week. No. First time in Loki Jabroni Show history, all three of our teams recorded an L, and it was pitiful on all.
I saw some highlights and I read about it because I didn't believe it. I did a double take.
You had to.
Yeah.
I watched that game. It was like everything they did, the Texans already knew what they were going to do. Like somebody was feeding them lines.
It's like Dallas Cowboys light.
Houston's more America's team than Dallas is right now. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But clearly, everything the Patriots did, it seemed like the Texans knew about it ahead of time, as if they had the playbook ahead of time. And I'm not accusing anybody of cheating.
Teams are getting smarter because you can only go against the Bella Brady machine so much before you start centering your entire.
It's been 19 years. Somebody had to figure it out.
You got to center your entire game plan against that one team.
Patriot fan forgets that there were teams that beat them mercilessly and twice in the Super Bowl by
absolutely.
The same pitiful Giants team.
Yeah, the Giants.
You forget there's a history. To listen to a Patriots fan, other than you talk, everything started when Brady walked through the door and 6 rings and count this and eat shit. Steve Grogan, motherfucker. Huh?
I only say the 6
Mosey
ring shit.
Tutupu, motherfucker.
I only say the 6 ring shit while we're the champions and people are talking shit.
Right now, reigning, defending,
but when we
undisputed
lost
champion
against the Eagles, I ate crow for a whole year.
Yeah, you did.
And I was fine with eating the crow because you have to eat the crow, even though I was joking and said, fuck you, I'm Eddie Focus, I don't eat crow.
You did, though.
But, no, you got to eat crow. I mean, even though, obviously, even Loki did a good job of breaking down that game and showing where the Philadelphia Eagles were doing some shady shit. But you can't fault them.
Was it shady, or were they just... You're at that breaking point, like when you bend the bamboo just so much.
Oh, it's skirting the edge.
That moment just before it breaks.
Which is why I'm not... when I wasn't screaming recount, like the election, I was like, we lost. Yeah, they pulled some shit. They were being aggressive. But maybe that's what it takes to beat the GOAT.
Nobody knows what it's like to be the Ryan man.
Yeah.
To be the crying man and call the collapse with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter.
But, fuck Matt Ryan. Michael Vick is 10
There we
times.
Go. You're feeding the fucking bird brains now. I hope some of you dipshits are watching.
I don't know. I think I might be. I'm getting on Team Bobby Waffle House, man.
Oh no, God, please no.
I think I'm gonna get some T-shirts, man. It's gonna be as great as he's gonna be right up there with the hide your daughter, hide your kids guy. I just know it.
Oh my God, you actually are gonna put Bobby Waffle House up on a pedestal.
Oh God, yeah, man.
If
anyone who gets Cletus all fired up.
I want Bobby and Cletus to be on the same episode at some point. Did you get an email or a call from Cletus?
I got an email from not from Cletus because he doesn't know how to use a computer, but some random person in the cafe that he hounded until they sent the email.
Okay.
So, Joey, sorry, I don't like it when Cletus does this.
You just outed Cletus's source.
Well, it changes like every time.
All right, that's true.
It all starts with, "Hey, this maniac won't leave me alone.
Will you please accept my email?"
I'm trying to drink my double calf extra shot chocolata mochaccino
Al Pacino
blueberry De Niro.
Oh shit! But
Cletus says he doesn't like Bobby Waffle House.
I almost like Bobby Waffle House.
He said it was ended with a question mark. Like he was like, "What the fuck? What is a Bobby Waffle House?"
Well, he's the guy that decided to, unlike a lot of the bird brains, used his balls and picked up the phone, clicked our button, and called in and gave his opinion.
I would like a gimmick, though.
I
If you
will
don't
get you a
mind,
gimmick as soon as I finish this point.
Okay, finish your
Crystal says about Kaepernick, and I'll finish off Kaepernick, and our week in the NFL just sucked. I don't even need to talk about the Falcons game because it's like they didn't even show up. Let's see. Kaepernick just wants to remain relevant in people's minds. Very good. Lindsay says, I want to, what the f?
Yeah, I ain't reading that. I'm not reading that at all.
I want to ick-tear to the back of the truck, wand dragged. All right, Lindsay, you're going to have to send that back in English. And while I get Eddie a gimmick, wax philosophically for a moment.
I don't know.
Tell them about the website and all our fantastic affiliates as we get into Christmas shopping season.
I don't know. No offense, Lindsay. I think you're going off the deep end right now. But yeah, go to LokiandJabroni.com. Support the show. You can support the show via Patreon through monthly donation. You can shop at our great affiliates. We have the monthlyclubs.com. You can get a subscription to craft beer. Import, domestic. There's a wine club. There's a cheese club. There is a cigar club. And then for those of you that are always in trouble with the ladies like Chris is, there is a flower and chocolate club.
Hit the button now. Hit the button now. All right, maybe this will make more sense. I want to hook Vic to the back of a truck and drive him around at a slow, steady speed and then hang him. Okay.
No.
Now, here's where the bird brains, if they're watching, when Michael Vick got rung up, good. You got rung up. He got sentenced to 2 years. He did 18 months. He got out. I said, okay, you've paid your debt to the state. You've not paid your debt to society.
That's definitely a light beer.
Yeah.
That's really a light beer.
Now, what is this now? You'll have to read the gimmick in just Stony Creek gimmick Schneebus.
Yeah, it's not high alcohol, bird light, 0 gram sugar, 0 gram
Ooh,
fat.
Keto Jones.
Yeah, only 90 calories, Connecticut light lager, 16 ounces. The one who transplanted still sustains.
Hey, isn't that the sweet sustenance but tax me all till I die?
Yeah. Whether you're moving from ship to shore, porch to patio, or couch to campground, the most versatile sustenance you can bring along is an American-style light lager. I agree.
I will buy that.
Crafted and honed over 2 centuries of process and technique, this crisp, refreshing, fulfilling beer gets in the way of nothing and is up for anything.
Okay.
So this is a Connecticut brew.
Nice.
And yep, there's the Connecticut flags all over it.
Nice.
And our state bird is also on the front.
All right. Well, let me get back to my point about Vic. Hope the bird brains are watching. He did his time. He paid his debt to the state. He didn't pay his debt to society. There could have been something he could have done at shelters or rescues or anything. Look, I know I fucked up, and here's how I'm going to make it back. I also said everybody deserves a second chance. Let's see what he does with it. What did he do? He went back to football, didn't do that great, retired, now he's a spokesperson, yada, yada, yada. Spokesperson is great. What they want to do is they want to make him one of these co-captains at the Pro Bowl. Again, the participation trophy of the NFL. I don't think he deserves that spotlight yet because he may have paid his debt to the state. He's not paid his debt back to, I don't know, the animal lovers. And then this is where the bird brains on Atlanta Bird Gang came in. I got muted for 7 days, by the way, by that Nazi-ass group. Hope you're watching, dipshits. So I said, why are we forgiving this piece of shit? He hasn't paid his debt. He did his time, but what's he done? Nothing. I'm a racist. I don't know football. God, I got called everything and then some.
Let's touch on that for a little bit. The Atlanta Falcons is your team.
Yes.
What is the percentage of black people on that team?
I'd say 60 to 70%.
So there's no fucking way you could be racist if the majority of your team, the base and foundation of your team, is hardworking, hard-playing black Americans.
Let's walk through my jerseys real quick. I have a Matt Ryan jersey.
You can't be a football fan, period.
Exactly. Sorry. I have a Matt Ryan jersey. Okay, one to the car. You want to take a running total? You got a little piece of paper over there. Or those of you out there, got a Matt Ryan jersey, Caucasian. I have a Jamal Anderson jersey. Yes, I go back even further than that. He is an African-American. I have a Jesse Tuggle jersey. He's an African American. I have a Brian Finneran jersey. He's a Caucasian. You got me on the quick here. Oh, I have a Michael Turner jersey. He's an African American. I have just recently acquired a Grady Jarrett jersey, son of Jesse Tuggle, making him what? An African American.
We're up to 6.
And I also have a Julio Jones jersey, who is an African American. That is 5 African American jerseys to 2 Caucasian jerseys, and I am about to acquire into my collection a Calvin Ridley jersey. Calvin Ridley is an African American. That is 6 African Americans to 2 Caucasians. Tell me again how fucking racist I am, you bird-brained pieces of shit.
So if we were going basically on statistics, I could legitimately ask you, why do you hate white people?
Oh my God, please don't. Mayor, thank you. We love you. Come back again soon.
Let's keep it real. This nonsense. I see racism get tossed around in the sports realm, and it's fucking ridiculous. You can't be sports are dominated by black people. Let's keep it real. Most sports are. And you can't be racist and enjoy a lot of these sports. Definitely not in the NBA. Definitely not in football.
You know what people are going to point to? And I already know the answer to this because I've heard it a million times before. Bowling and NASCAR.
Okay.
Right. Well, why aren't there more black people in NASCAR?
Why don't they get behind the wheel?
Right. Bubba Wallace is out there every single week. Juan Pablo Montoya, Daniel Suarez, both Mexican gentlemen. Or I'm sorry, Juan Pablo is from Colombia.
You ever hear, like, anybody ever hear the expression, like, each according to his strengths?
Yeah.
Like, some people are predisposed to be better at certain things.
If you think you can do it, do it.
It's
that simple.
I hate the stigma about a lot of things because they like to think that disparities are discrimination.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? There are certain disparities, and they're natural disparities. So, for example, Asians just seem to be better at math, better with computers, better
Correct.
with technology.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean anybody hates fucking Asians.
No.
That's so stupid.
So dumb. The mayor said
the wealthiest people in this country are Asian and Indian Americans. Those are the wealthiest people in this country.
Don't forget
'Cause they're good at
Italians
that
because
stuff.
they have the mob.
Well, that's different.
I got to give my own. I got to give my own some love.
That's different.
Got to give my own some love.
No, that's just racist.
You may as well join the Atlanta Bird Brains. I want to say
I'm
thank you
just
to the
saying.
mayor. She's sending us some beer from Montana soon.
Ooh.
So, yes, looking forward to that.
Is that like no? That's not the Rocky Mountains, right?
Just above, I think. I don't know.
Rocky-
You'd have to look that up.
Because we don't drink Coors, so no Rocky Mountain.
No,
Great,
no, she wouldn't send us that. She likes us better than
Whatever
that.
happened to that? Was it Meisterbrow? Whatever happened to that?
It probably died a slow and horrible death because it tasted like ass. As long as we're just talking about racism and NASCAR and all that bullshit. Dumb question. I know the answer is going to be no, but did you catch Monday Night Raw last night?
No.
Oh, we're going to talk about this 2 days in a row, once here and once on the C&J Speed Review.
If something happens, you got to let me know so I can do a quick watch on Hulu.
There's nothing.
Actually, no, because I wouldn't be able to watch till Tuesday.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly.
So I'd have to watch it right now.
It's on YouTube right now. And if you want to bring that up and watch it yourself, they have the 24/7 championship. You've heard about this. We hate it.
Yeah.
Mike and I hate it. A lot of wrestling fans hate it. The 24/7 championship is a pile of shit. So, last night they have the gimmick where R-Truth, the champion of the 24/7, if you don't know what this title means to the WWE, it doesn't mean a whole lot, but here's the rules. You are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If someone catches you at Walmart and pins you and there's a referee present, Ed's the new champion. So, they show him.
This is some
I
Jerry
saw
Springer
this.
shit.
Oh, my God. I saw this morning. I wanted to puke. So, there you go. So get ready, NASCAR lovers, haters, or wrestling lovers and haters. I wanted to retch. And I'm taking my daughter in 28 days to see Monday Night Raw, which you can get your tickets through LokiandJabroni.com. Just go find our ticket vendor and buy some tickets to some shit. We don't care. So R-Truth is running down the aisle. He's got like 6, 7 dudes right behind him. He gets right behind the barrier, strangely enough, behind Michael Waltrip and Kyle Busch of the NASCAR world. He ducks right in. He's hiding by their feet. Here come all those 6 guys. They run away. They're gone. R-Truth gets up. He looks at Kyle Busch, gives him, the handshake and the hug. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. Kyle's like, yeah, cool. He turns to Michael Waltrip. He goes to give him the handshake, and Michael doesn't give him the Iggy. Why? Because he unzips his hoodie and reveals a referee shirt. R-Truth's eyes get wider than saucers. What the hell's going on? Kyle Busch
No.
rolls up R-Truth.
No.
1, 2, 3.
Show's over.
And Kyle Busch wins the 24/7 championship. Now, from what I read, he did lose it later in the evening, thankfully. But I got to ask you, what's worse? The fact that the WWE is allowing Kyle Busch outside as a fan to do this, or is it worse that Kyle Busch, a legitimate sports champion, took place with this? I know. Let your hatred run.
All right, first of all, so what do they do? We're expected to believe, let's keep it real. We're expected to believe that they follow this wrestler around and set up matches that he doesn't know about, or
They've had.
or can I just walk up to him, give him the leg drop?
Do you have a referee?
Because
Because that's the rule. You got to have a referee. They had a thing one time where he's getting off a plane, and one of the other wrestlers had a referee with him, rolled him up 1, 2, 3. He was the new champ. They've had women wrestlers, former women wrestlers. I want to say it was Alundra Blaze, otherwise known as Medusa. She wins. Yay! They had like 204-year-old Pat Patterson win.
What?
Yay! But hey, they're all in that sports entertainment, professional wrestling gimmick Jones, right? Kyle Busch is a 2019 NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series champion.
Beat R-Truth.
Oh, I just put it on the YouTube. Go ahead. I can wait. Put it on your TV. You can find it. I gotta say, if WWE, when they announced this, it was supposed to be like the new hardcore title. It's becoming a comedy joke. Nobody likes it. Nobody's getting a kick out of this. Least of which guys like me who grew up around this stuff and still like it. Hell, my daughter's been begging to go to wrestling forever. She's finally going to get to go 5 days after Christmas, Monday night, December 30th. We're going to be in Hartford, Connecticut at Monday Night Raw. But my God, people, what are we becoming? He's putting it up on the TV now. Here, I'll give you some color commentary here. There goes R-Truth. He's running around. That's Andrade in the ring, and now he's ducking in right here.
This is ridiculous.
Yep, he's hiding. And there's Kyle Busch and Michael Waltrip, and they mention them by name, by the way.
Of course.
Now here come the referee and the parade of idiots. He's like, oh, wait, he went that way. He went that. Kyle Busch, being Kyle Busch, the prick, is like, he went that way. He went that. Here go all the guys, right?
This must have rubbed in a lot of salt for you.
Oh, my God, pissed me off. You have no idea. And they're like, yeah, look what we did. All right, Truth, get up. All right, now watch this. Now, first of all, Kyle Busch is there as a fan. As soon as he crossed onto that mat, he should have been arrested. But he's going to come out.
Yeah, but they set the rules
Like, yeah, bruh, all right, good job. Now watch this. Here's where it'll go south. Hey, no. Don't hug me, Michael Waltrip says. Don't do it. I got to say, he played his role really,
Yeah, look
really
at that
good.
face, though.
I know.
No, I got to give
Now
it up. Look at that.
Michael Waltrip played it right. And Truth says, you were a referee? Hell
yeah.
yes. Now here comes Kyle. Wait, rolls him up. Nice schoolboy. Here goes Mikey. 1, 2, 3. He takes the belt. And Kyle Busch is your 24/7 champion at that moment.
Not legit, though. Waltrip touched them.
Doesn't matter. He won. Yay! I don't know who beat him, but I hope it's Truth.
He did lose it. It says here.
Thank God. But they're high-fiving each other. They're going to town. And now Corey misrepresented on the CNJ Speed Review.
R-Truth regained it.
Nice. Can you play that? I want to see that if you could. So he's loading. Art from Kyle Busch. Fuck Kyle Busch. Hashtag fuck. All right, I'm taking my...
That must have killed you to
Taking
see
my...
that.
I didn't see it. I was watching something else. I was watching a movie about Jack Kevorkian where Pacino played Kevorkian. It was really
I've
good.
seen that.
It was
Good
so
movie.
good. But he's like, yeah, check me out. I'm the 24/7 champion. Michael Waltrip, I haven't been relevant in years. Yeah, go, boy. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's my trophy right there. The one I run in the legit sport. Oh, yeah. Now, Michael leaves, so you know chicanery is about to take place. And look who's behind the cup. I think R-Truth should be the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series champion. And there's the schoolboy roll-up. There's a real referee. 1, 2, 3. Fuck you, Kyle Busch. Fuck you, Kyle. And that's what R-Truth said. Fuck you, Kyle Busch. Eat shit. He should have took his trophy with him. Kyle Busch should be the new.
Actually, that would be cool if they did cross promotion. R-Truth showed up in a car and
That'd be badass.
beat Kyle Busch.
Just knocked him off the racetrack.
I mean, NASCAR's too freaking elaborate to pull that off.
R-Truth would become my favorite wrestler and NASCAR driver all in one fell swoop. He just knocked Kyle Busch.
Just win one race,
right?
Like a celebrity race match.
I'm the champ. Give me my trophy
for charity. Yeah, NASCAR. If you're listening, we should write for you. Charity celebrity event. Kyle Busch, the champion, races a bunch of celebrities, and R-Truth comes out.
Yeah, right. As he's in the pits, he like knifes all his tires and shit.
Bunch of WWF WWE superstars are in the pit, and they're just like, how many lug nuts does this tire get?
Right.
Oh man, stop! We're having
funny.
too much fun.
But yeah, that was the dumbest thing. And I didn't even watch Raw last night, but I saw it early this morning. I got up a little early and I was dicking around. I'd been sick the last 2 days, so been getting up crazy early in the morning.
Yeah, I saw you were sick.
Thank you.
Yeah, luckily I already got my flu for the year.
Well, there you go. But I got up and I saw this video pop up that says Kyle Busch wins 24/7 championship. I'm like, no, come on, that's gotta be a mistake.
Please God, no.
And I watched it. And I knew there had to be, he wasn't going to hold it forever. But when you think about this, in 20 years, now, 5-10 years ago, my parents bought me for Christmas this thick-ass book, a coffee table book called the WWE Encyclopedia. It had all the title changes, profiles, etc., so forth. And they had the hardcore title, which I always thought was a bullshit title. But they had the lineage. But it's all professional wrestlers. A year ago, give or take, we had the 10-year-old kid win the tag team championship with Braun Strowman at WrestleMania. You were there. You saw.
Oh, yeah.
And now Kyle fucking Busch is in that lineage with Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Shawn Michaels, Kyle fucking Busch.
Let's put this in perspective. That is something like out of your worst nightmares, because I know how pissed you were about Kyle Busch winning. Can you imagine? So he wins the 24/7 title.
I wasn't pissed. I was disappointed.
He wins the 24/7 title, and you're like, fuck this. You switch the channel to another sport. He beats some MMA fighter. He wins in boxing.
Well, if I were to do that last night, I was flipping between that movie, You Don't Know Jack, which is about Jack Kevorkian, and the Viking-Seahawks game. I was already getting pissed off at that game. Could you imagine, though, if I had flipped the channel and Kyle Busch put on a helmet and threw a touchdown for the Seahawks? Oh, fuck no.
You're like, fuck sports. I'm just going to watch the news.
Yeah.
And it's fucking Donald Trump putting a Medal of Honor on Kyle Busch. You're going to be
God.
like, fuck America.
You know what? My entire life would be summed up in this sentence. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Which there is somebody out there who's going to say, well, Chris, didn't you watch that show in the 90s? Yeah, to keep up with it for my girlfriend. And
you know what would be the cherry on top is if you shut the TV off, walk away to the fridge, get a beer, there's a knock on the door, and it's Kyle Busch handing you your sweepstakes check. You'd be like, fuck!
I wanted Ed McMahon, motherfucker! I know he's dead, but... Cripes.
God, man. Kyle Busch, man. Well, I think
he makes it difficult.
This isn't the first time like WWE's done that with a reigning sports champion.
No, but they've never given that sports champion.
It's a bullshit
champion.
Title.
I know it is, and I know it's all entertainment.
It's a throwaway
but
title.
If you want people to take your shit seriously, don't do stupid shit. It's that simple. Because if not next week or 2 weeks from now, when AEW's in Boston, they should just have me beat Jericho. Here's your AEW champion, Jabroni.
Maybe if you were in Boston when it happens.
Maybe, but I won't be. So, fuck.
Hey, Mr. T and Roddy Piper can have a boxing match. Anything's possible.
There was not a championship on the line.
There should have been.
Do you understand?
WWE boxing
I don't care. I don't care. And I'll say this out loud. As legit, we just talked about Brock Lesnar a little while ago. Mm-hmm. I don't care if within the walls of this sports entertainment, professional wrestling, whatever you want to call it, that Kyle Busch got in the ring and say beat Rey Mysterio. Same size, Busch is a little taller. But if Kyle Busch beats Rey Mysterio in just a match, Stephen Amell, is that his name? The Arrow guy?
Yes.
Up against Stardust?
Arnell, okay.
No titles on the line, but he beat Stardust, Cody Rhodes, who is now running AEW. That was fine. All well and good. But don't tell me this whiny crybaby piece of shit. I haven't hated a race car driver this much since Jeff Gordon was a rookie. And there's Kyle fucking Busch permeating my Facebook feed this morning, winning the 24/7 title. And our man, Corey Huffnagel, mistakenly on the C&J Speedway Review page says, congratulations, Kyle Busch, for winning the WWE Championship. Like, dude, no. Oh, I went off. I came off like the clothes on a hooker. It was not even funny.
Oh, Corey, you are so fired.
And wait till tomorrow. I am on it. On it.
It's a gimmick thing.
It is.
It's not, and it's not working. Well, you know what the fucked up thing is? It probably is. It just more intelligent people like us just aren't buying it.
Well, here, let me do this. Let's see if I can find the title history of the 24/7 title, and I'll show you just how much this title does not mean. When you think of a championship, you win a title, especially nowadays in wrestling, of course. You win, you're champ for a couple 6 months, you lose the belt, the next thing comes through and they weave it in. Back in the day, Hogan was champ for 4 years. Flair was champ for 3-4 years. Mm-hmm. Backlund was champ for 6 years. Now, it's like oh my God.
See, here's the thing. I have no problem with the title in concept. I just don't think WWE would do what you need to do to make something like that work. I don't think they would get edgy enough. Say a wrestler went to a hospital.
Yep.
To get his appendix out. I don't think they'd be edgy enough to have a referee and a wrestler show up while he's in the hospital bed recovering.
Ben Dunn.
I don't know.
Maria Kanellis won the championship and legit, not even a storyline. She's pregnant, so it's part of the story. She's at the OBGYN. Referee comes in. R-Truth comes in. She's all strapped down.
Yeah.
1, 2. No, sir. Let me read this to you.
I retract my statement.
There you go. The WWE 24/7 title was introduced on May 20th of 2019. Introduced to the world by none other than hardcore legend himself, 2-time former world champion Mick fucking Foley. Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, introduced. You think this is going to be a big deal. First of all, the belt looks like the old WBC boxing championship like you saw in Creed. It looks gay.
The belt in Creed looks much better than
right.
that.
Now, in the blurb, it says the WWE 24/7 Championship is a professional wrestling championship created and promoted by the American promotion WWE. It is a tertiary championship, secondary, open to anyone, regardless of gender or WWE employment status, and carries the special rule that it can be defended 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, anytime, anywhere, as long as a WWE referee is present. Because of this rule, the championship is defended all across the WWE brand networks, Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, NXT, and NXT UK, as well as outside of regular televised shows, often with videos posted on the promotion's website. The current champ, now remember, what date did I say? May 20th, 2019.
Yep.
The current champion is R-Truth, who is in his 24th title reign. Yeah.
So he's won and lost that thing like 24 times.
Most reign, the first champion was Titus O'Neil. The most reigns belonged to R-Truth. The longest reign was somebody named Samir Singh. He was the champion for 18 days. The shortest reign was Jinder Mahal, the one on the airplane I was telling you about. His reign was 11 seconds. Your oldest winner was Pat Patterson, 78 years old and 184 days. Your youngest winner, and I don't even know who this is. I'm going to have to click the link.
Isn't Pat Patterson like a VP in the company?
Yeah, he's pretty well up there. Enes Kantner, who, if I click it, is a Swiss-born Turkish professional basketball player who plays for the Celtics. Already we've hit rock bottom. Your heaviest champion is the Revival, combined. They both won the title. There you go. A combined weight of 446 pounds, and your lightest champion is former women's champion Kelly Kelly at 108 pounds.
Do you know what would make this title work, actually?
What?
Have Vince McMahon win it.
Oh, that'd be the best.
And the minute he wins it...
he retires it.
No. When he wins it, at that moment, you hear the Stone Cold music come on. Stone Cold fucking comes out, stuns him, drinks the Stone Cold IPA.
Yep.
walks away with the belt,
Nice.
and then it disappears.
I like it. So here's your list of champions from top to bottom. Titus O'Neil obviously won the first one. On the same day, Robert Roode claimed the title, and then to end that particular day, May 20th, 2019, R-Truth wins the championship. Elias wins it on May 28th, followed by R-Truth on the same day. Jinder Mahal wins the championship on June 2nd, followed by R-Truth on the same day. Elias wins the championship on June 4th, followed by R-Truth on the same day. Jinder Mahal wins the championship on June 6th, followed by R-Truth on the same day. Drake Maverick wins the title at his wedding on June 18th, 2019.
Wedding?
2 days later, he loses it to R-Truth.
All right, question.
Go ahead.
So,
Who does R-Truth have naked pictures of?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's say you're somewhere and you bring, let's say 20 guys show up and there's a referee. Can they battle royal for the belt?
I don't know. You'd have to ask. If I were in an airport and I saw R-Truth and I saw one of the referees like Mike Chioda or Jack, whatever his nuts is or whatever, and just as a gag, I'm going to go roll him up. I'd get the shit beat out of me. You know that.
Yeah.
He's wrestling. Remember when Bret Hart got attacked at the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't fuck around with that guy. They beat the piss out of him. We showed his mugshot.
Oh, yeah. I saw fucking Rousey's husband there was fucking going to
Oh,
town
yeah,
on
Chris
the
Brown.
guy.
Oh, my God. Anyway,
yeah.
I'm not going to list off days. I'm going to go from here. Heath Slater, R-Truth. Cedric Alexander, Ethan Carter III, R-Truth. Drake
This
Maverick.
is all televised.
Yeah.
So it's like a Piper's Pit. That's all it really
I'm
is.
just listen to the names. These are all wrestling names at this point, with the exception of Turkish basketball player who, if you've ever seen, he's a pretty stocky boy.
Yeah.
He's not Kyle fucking Bush. We'll get to Kyle fucking Bush in a minute.
When are they going to bring in Schwarzenegger? That's what
That'd be badass.
You know he's going to show up.
Right? R-Truth, Drake Maverick, Pat Patterson, who got beat by his fellow stooge Gerald Briscoe, who got beat by Kelly Kelly, Candice Michelle, Alundra Blaze. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, bought the title from Alundra Blaze on the Raw reunion. That was good stuff. Drake Maverick, R-Truth, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, Mike Kanellis, R-Truth, The Revival, R-Truth, Elias, R-Truth, Rob Stone. He's a Fox College football analyst, I believe. Elias, Drake Maverick, Bo Dallas, Drake Maverick, R-Truth, Ennis Cantner comes back. R-Truth, Glenn Jacobs. Does anybody know who Glenn Jacobs is?
Libertarian mayor.
Coming at you from Knox County. It's the mayor, Kane. That's right. R-Truth. EC3 comes back again. R-Truth, EC3, R-Truth, EC3. Carmella from the old WWE. Oh, no, she's new WWE. Somebody named Marshmello. Is that a rapper? Christopher Comstock, known professionally as Marshmello, is an electronic music producer and DJ. That's him right there.
Oh, fuck him.
Yup.
Dead mouse wannabe.
All right, so now you see. So where was that Marshmello? Then Carmella, Tamina, Jimmy Snooker's daughter, legit. R-Truth, Suni Singh, R-Truth, Samir Singh. Those are the Singh brothers. They run with Jinder Mahal.
You know what this sounds like? It sounds like Vince McMahon lost a bet with R-Truth, and he said, hey, if I win this bet, you got to let me do whatever I want. And then he made up this fucking Jerry Springer shit.
Yeah. R-Truth, Michael Giacchio, who is an employee of WWE, so I'm gonna give him that. R-Truth, Kyle fucking Bush, and now R-Truth. Since May, there have been 66 different title reigns. When Hulk Hogan won that championship back in 1984, you know how many championship reigns there were? 9.
Yeah.
Over almost 50 years.
I want to see Hogan take the belt.
That'd be awesome. The 24/7 championship, brother.
And no, they got to do it right, though. They got to go to Hulk Hogan's surf shop. Like, R-Truth needs to just walk in there to buy some shit. And Hogan's got to be there behind the register and be like, what's up, brother?
Have Jimmy Hart have the gimmick.
Exactly.
On.
Like, what's up, brother? And like, all of a sudden, fucking
You want the best sunscreen? Well, wait a minute. You really don't need sunscreen.
Hogan, you still got a big boot in you. Give him the big boot to the face and then the
no leg
drop.
drop. He'd break. He's had so many spinal surgeries after all those years of leg dropping motherfuckers, though.
I know.
Here's one last one wouldn't hurt.
People used to mock the leg drop, but if you ever watch that shit in slow motion, that's a big fucking leg drop.
Yeah, but light as a feather.
Well, of course, it's not going to fucking hurt the
And
guy.
guys like Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan all said when Yokozuna did it with that giant side of beef he called a leg, light as a feather. So
Because
good.
he's a pro.
All right, enough talk about wrestling and Kyle fucking Busch.
The two things that should never have come together.
I know, right? Well, they did. Kyle Busch and Joey Logano years ago did the co-host when they did the live host.
Yep.
Shatner did it. Bob Barker did it. Well, they came in and they did it. They brought their cars into the arena and yay, and everybody's having a good time. But you didn't see anybody win a fucking championship.
Actually, no, you know what, though? I'm actually starting to dig it a little bit.
Oh, Christ.
Top 5 people we want to see win the 24/7 title.
All right.
And none of them are truth. You know what?
He's had 24 title reigns.
You know what? You mentioned fucking William Shatner. I'm putting him on number 5. William Shatner should win the 24/7.
All right, you said you're saying Shatner. All right,
William
number
Shatner.
5, William Shatner on your list of who you'd like to see win the 24/7 title. Strangely enough, because he does a lot of promotion for them, I'm going to say Jimmy Fallon. I think Jimmy Fallon would make a hell of a 24/7 champion.
Okay. Who else? Who should number 4?
You're at number 4, sir.
Number 4 should be. I'm gonna easy one, but I'm gonna throw out Hulk Hogan.
All right.
It should happen, and it should be fucking spectacular.
All right. Well, if we're going to go old school like that, if you're going to take him, I'm going to take his biggest rival of all time. I'm going to say Ric Flair. Why shouldn't Ric Flair have
not?
the WWE 24/7 championship?
Yeah.
All right. Number 3. If you say Hillbilly Jim, this whole list goes to shit.
No, Flo from Progressive.
Oh, nice.
Flo from Progressive should be number 3.
I want, if we're going to go commercials, I'm going to go with the most interesting man in the world.
Oh God.
Stay thirsty, my friends. I am the 24/7 champion.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I was going to say the Budweiser Lizards, but they're not real.
I'm gonna say, what's his name? Is it Gabe from Stranger Things?
Oh, Gaten Matarazzo.
Gaten Matarazzo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he should fucking have it.
I'm gonna go with since they're all. If you ever see a WWE event from New York or WrestleMania for that matter, wherever they are, because they're big, they're famous, they have a wonderful show that I enjoy the shit out of. They're all wrestling fans, but I'm gonna say Brian Quinn, Q from Impractical Jokers, I think should be the 24/7 champion.
Good one. All right, where we
And
at?
number 1.
Number 1. I'm gonna say it only because I did it in the game. Ron Paul should be number 1.
Well, because he's been involved in the wrestling before. He
In the
is
video game.
well, he's been involved in WWE since 1988 in one way, shape, form, fashion, whether hosting the event or in the front row of WrestleMania for like 6-7 years. He actually participated in a match. He's a WWE Hall of Famer. Why not Donald Trump as 24/7 champion?
He took a stunner.
He did.
Yeah.
Not a very good one, but he took it.
Oh God, what are you gonna do with the guy? Who
I took a stunner. It was the best stunner ever.
It was the biggest one. I don't think Stone Cold has ever done a bigger stunner.
It was huge.
It was huge.
It was huge. All right, last but not least, before we close out, and we'll pay the bills after that, you brought it up. Snow sucks, bro.
It does. And I went to sleep. It was clear skies. Woke up a little bit late because I guess kept hitting the snooze on my phone. And fucking white out all over my yard. I'm like, son of a bitch. I do my thing, take my shower, get dressed. You know what? I was like, fuck it, I'm taking my time because I know everyone's calling out at work except me. And my partner that I work with, so she came in. And I'm like shoveling the driveway, and I didn't realize how long my driveway was until I shoveled it.
Don't talk to me about a long driveway.
Yeah, I know. Well, you got that it's not even a driveway. It's a fucking
Dirt road.
Dirt road.
Yep.
But so I'm shoveling my side. Luckily, the snow was fairly recent. It only been snowing for like 3 hours tops. So it's pretty light. Pushing
Light
it
and
off.
fluffy.
Yeah, pushing it off, and I got it out from behind my car. And, the girl comes home. She works third shift. She comes home. She's just like, it's like, well, your car can't drive over that? And I'm like, well, I'm going to shovel it because I want it to melt and be clear. I was like, if I leave the snow there, it's going to become a layer of ice on top. It's going to be a pain in the ass. It's
Yeah.
going to be worse. So I'm like, I shoveled that. I'm like, you think you can handle shoveling behind your car? Yeah, sure. She says, yeah, I just drove over it a few times. I didn't shovel it. I'm like, well, that's not fair.
That doesn't help anybody. So
but she's got the car with the better traction.
Well, I got the all-wheel drive in the Jetta, and I go out. I backed in purposely because I knew if I didn't, I'm not getting to work today.
Right.
So, first of all, fuck Scott Haney, who told me this thing would be over by 8 o'clock. It went on till what, 10:30? It was snowing when I saw you today.
Well, where I am here, it was flurrying a little bit, but it wasn't really snowing anymore.
It doesn't mean it stopped.
No, but it wasn't the downfall.
No,
Definitely
but
not.
it's still. When I watched Scott Haney at 5:30 this morning, my man said should be over by 7, 8 o'clock. Nothing to worry about.
I gotta say, it's nice to actually live in an area that plows.
Yeah, isn't it? Well, speaking of which, so I go around. You've been in my driveway, about a quarter-mile long dirt road type gimmick.
Mud by now, I'm sure.
Well, no, they plowed through it. It's pretty much packed down. It's pretty good now. But when I got through, it's got the inches of snow. I'm driving, no problem. I get to that lip, and it's so I run back to the house. I get the small travel shovel. I shovel the hump. I shovel underneath my tires. I put the shovel in the back, dripping wet Jones. I go over the hump. I'm driving. It's a 6-minute ride between my house and the office. It took me about 12 minutes. No big deal. But then I go out. You saw me. I was out doing my appointments and deliveries. And
Yep.
just, man, what bothers me is two things. One, if you grow up in this area, if you learn to drive in this area, you should know how to drive in the snow. When snow falls, it's like people's brains fall out their assholes, or they're a member of the Atlanta Bird Gang, and they forget how to fucking drive. Either you're dealing with the person going too fast and fishtailing all over the road, and you're afraid, okay, that guy's going to crash, and he's going to take me and the 17 people behind me with him. Or it's the person that drives way too slow, can't get enough traction, and when they get to the lip of the hill, a very small hill, they're starting to go sideways. And this one guy, no joke, on my eyesight, this is the real deal, Holyfield. Line of 6 cars, I am number 3 in the line. Trying to get up the hill, they're going too slow, 10-mile-an-hour Jones, they start to fishtail. He guns it, just goes back down the hill and joins the back of the line. While the rest of us are, wow, you suck. We're just going to go up this hill. Everything's good. Like, how? Why? That's not even the worst of it. I don't know how many years ago, and I don't want to mention their name for fear of blowing up their spot, there is not a snowflake on the ground. And I get a call.
Except at colleges.
Thank you. There's lots of snowflakes on the ground there. Yeah, you go. Thank you, studio audience. I get a phone call. Yeah, Chris, I'm not coming into work today. Like, I'm short-staffed as it is. Why aren't you coming to work? Well, they say it's going to snow. Wait a minute. It's not snowing now. You're not coming to work because you say that the weather says it's going to snow. Interesting. The threat of snow.
I would be like, they say we're going to die in 12 years from
Yeah,
climate
right?
change. Why don't you quit?
Now, I tell you that story to get to this story. A couple years ago when Angela and I first got together, where it was one of the really big snowstorm in 2015. There's a picture of me on my Facebook just with the snow thrower just hours on end clearing up that storm. And it was 2 days before. This storm is due to hit. It is coming. We know it is coming. Bread and milk all day long. The day before the storm, it is 55, 60 degrees outside. I'm sure you remember this.
Oh, yeah.
And they canceled school for the threat of snow.
Oh, yeah.
You know what we used to do when we were in school? And I'm not talking about the 50s where you walked up and down the hill both ways with a spiral notebook that you killed a bear to bring home to mom to cook up for the chillin'. We'd be sitting in that classroom staring out the window. We didn't hear a fucking thing Miss Murphy said. We're watching that window. When the flakes start to fall, the countdown starts. You're like, okay, if it snows a half an inch an hour, and it's 9 o'clock now, by noon, they're going to call for buses, and we're all going to be out, and we can go home and build snowmen and go sledding and all this other bullshit. Now,
No.
they actually called off school in the last 2 years, one for extreme cold, like your fucking school doesn't have a heater, and the other for extreme heat, as if your school doesn't have an air conditioning unit. Stop babying these children, because what's going to happen is they're going to grow up to be adults and not go to work because there's a half inch of snow on the ground.
Well, devil's advocate, though, just using Anna's old school as an example, only her class had an air conditioner.
Okay, then that makes sense.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, you know what's funny, too? It was almost worse for her because that poor kid would come over soaked in sweat because she'd get out of her air-conditioned classroom and then
hit the heat.
Blazing hot bus.
Gotcha.
Then by the time she got home, she's, like, soaked.
She looked like Chris Farley at a buffet.
Yeah. So, like, a lot of the schools don't have air conditioning in every room. Some of the older ones definitely.
I understand, but how did they solve that problem when we were kids? Turn off the lights, open the windows.
I've never been in a school that wasn't air conditioned.
Turn off the lights, open the windows.
I honestly have never been in a school.
The two schools that I went to here in the city of Norwich, three, I'm sorry.
Because I went to Bishop, Teachers, and then Norwich Tech, all air.
Norwich Tech had air conditioning. I was going to take Norwich Tech out of the equation. But Moriarty School, for whatever reason, one of the newer schools in the system, AC was terrible. Turn off the lights, open the windows. Then Kelly Junior High School, which was built in like 1441.
Yep.
Up until recently, no AC. So, yeah, we got hosed. Turn off the lights, open the windows.
Well, explain your bitterness.
Oh, I'm bitter for a lot of other reasons.
All you ever wanted was some good AC.
Pretty much.
Fuckers.
I am a stickler for a good AC. I'm the man when
There's
it
no
comes to
sin
AC.
greater than Central Air.
Guys, once again, I want to throw my thanks out to John's Twisted Q. If you are in the southeastern Connecticut area and want some banging-ass barbecue, you reach out to John. Give him your order. Tell him we sent you. Maybe he'll cut you a deal. Maybe he won't. But at least he knows that we are on his side and we are championing his cause as the premier Barbecue Jones of southeastern Connecticut. One last time, if you want to buy a jersey for someone before Christmas, contact us. We will put you in touch with Harry the Hammer and Throwback Prices. Throwback Prices wants to give you quality, stitched, authentic jerseys at reasonable prices. Don't go to these schmucks who charge you $150 for a jersey that should only cost you $50. That's what Harry wants to do for you. He wants to give you a quality jersey at throwback pricing. And next week, we're going to tell you how you can get one for free. NFL, MLB, NHL, NBA, college, whatever. He's got the goods that you want, and he can. If he doesn't have it, he'll find it for you. Find out how you can get one free next Tuesday night on the Loki and Jabroni Show. Got anything else before we close out?
No. Just check out LokiandJabroni.com.
Yeah, you missed Cyber Monday, but get all the other great deals at our affiliate links, Amazon, WWE, the Monthly Club.
The Amazon flash sales are going to start.
WWE had a sale that they said runs through Friday. None of it involves Kyle Busch merchandise. However, I believe it's 25% off your total order, no matter how much you spend. You have to use the promo code, which you can get. It'll be in a banner at the top of the WWE page. But click our link.
Go to LokiandJabroni.com, click support the show, go to the affiliates. The Monthly Club is still having a Black Friday sale also if you want to try subscribing to the Import Beer Club or cigars, cheese, flowers, chocolate, wine.
Edible panties.
I think it's a $30 off.
Ooh.
Last time I checked, this is off your first shipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I believe it's like $69.95 a month.
On the Beer Club, too, there's a mix and match where you can mix up some domestic and import.
Oh, nice.
So, and they'll also have a list of some of the craft beers that you can, try. So.
And if you'd like us to be a part of that club, just go to patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni. Donate a little to the show. We give you free entertainment every single week. Throw us a couple bucks. You don't have to do anything other than that. Just let us know you support us, and then go to Apple Podcast or wherever you steal this podcast from. Give us a 5-star rating. It doesn't matter what you say. It's like Jimmy Wisman said, it's not for our ego. It's just for business. Yeah. So please get out there. And by the way, today is my friend-iversary with Jimmy Wisman. 2 years on the Facebook Jones. And it was just shortly after that we had him on our show, and he was tremendous.
And he still hasn't blocked him.
No.
Impressive.
Jimmy and I got the same sick sense of humor, that's why. I'll show you the promo picture. Somebody makes them a promo picture every week. And this one was, if you remember the old picture of Michael Jackson with his hands on Macaulay's shoulders, they're staring into the camera. Well, Michael Jackson was James Petrogallo, and the Macaulay Culkin was Jimmy Wistman. So hilarious. Might be my favorite one they've ever done.
All right.
Crime and Sports. Go check them out.
All right, Loki will be back next time.
Yes.
Loki, we love you and miss you and hope the overtime isn't too bad.
Yes, not the same without you. And next week, you will get what some of you came for, the recap of the game. Ohio State, Michigan, the payoff, the beer, the food, everything, and then some. But until then, he's Eddie Focus. I'm Jabroni, and we'll see you next week. Give it up for Nickelback. They play so good, don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Sexual chocolate!
There's something about Canadian bands that's just so cool, eh?
No.